ladies and gentlemen. Let me paint a picture of what it looks like when a man truly loves you, not just says it, but lives it. Action over words. Action over words means that love and commitment are not measured by the things someone says, but by the things they consistently do. It's easy to speak words of affection, make promises, or talk about intentions, but none of that matters if there's no action to back it up. Love is not just a feeling, it's a series of decisions and behaviors that demonstrate care, respect, and loyalty. Words can feel good in the moment, they can soothe, inspire, or even create hope, but without the foundation of consistent action, they are hollow and meaningless. When a man loves you, you don't have to wonder or question his intentions because his actions will make them clear. He shows up not just when it's convenient or easy, but even when it's difficult. He prioritizes your needs not as an obligation, but because he genuinely wants to see you happy and fulfilled. His love is reflected in how he makes time for you, listens to you, and supports you, not just when the sun is shining, but when the storms roll in. He understands that love is not just about saying, I care about you or I'll always be here. It's about proving it day after day in both the big gestures and the small, quiet moments. Actions are the most honest expression of love because they require effort, consistency, and intention. It's easy to make promises, to say the right things, or to express feelings in words, but those things don't cost much. Action, on the other hand, requires sacrifice. It means stepping up and showing that someone is a priority in your life. It's about making time, not excuses. It's about being there when you're needed, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. It's about solving problems together instead of just talking about them. True love doesn't rely on grand statements or eloquent speeches. It's revealed in the way someone treats you when no one else is watching. It's in the little things like remembering the details that matter to you, taking care of you when you're down, and being present in your life. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. It's about consistency, showing up not just once, but over and over again, proving through actions that their words aren't just empty promises. Actions speak the loudest when times are tough. When everything is going well, words can feel enough, but it's during adversity that love is truly tested. Does he stay by your side when things get hard? Does he step up to support you when life feels overwhelming? Does he fight for the relationship when challenges arise, or does he retreat to excuses and silence? These moments reveal whether love is genuine or just a convenient illusion. A man who truly loves you will prove his commitment, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. When someone's actions align with their words, trust is built. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, and it's earned through consistency. Over time, actions prove whether or not someone's words hold any weight. They show that you matter, that you are not just a passing thought or a temporary interest, but someone they value deeply. Without action, words are just air. They might make you feel good for a moment, but they can't sustain a relationship. It's action that shows a person's character, their priorities, and their true feelings. Unwavering support. Unwavering support is the foundation of true love and a meaningful relationship. It means standing by someone's side through every season of life, not just when things are easy or convenient, but especially when challenges arise. It's a steadfast commitment to being present, involved, and dependable no matter what circumstances may come. This type of support is not conditional. It doesn't waver with mood, personal struggles, or external pressures. It's a consistent presence that communicates, I'm here for you, and I'm not going anywhere. When a man loves you, his support becomes one of the clearest demonstrations of that love. It's not limited to grand gestures, it's reflected in everyday actions, decisions, and attitudes. It's being there for you when you're at your lowest, offering encouragement when you feel like giving up, and reminding you of your strength when you've forgotten it. Unwavering support means being willing to carry some of the weight when life feels overwhelming, not because it's expected, but because he wants to see you thrive. This kind of support goes beyond words of comfort. It's about taking action to make your life better or easier when possible. It could be as small as lending an ear when you need to vent, or as significant as making sacrifices to help you achieve your goals. Unwavering support means actively participating in your life, understanding your dreams, fears, and struggles, and being willing to put in the effort to help you succeed. It's not about fixing every problem for you, but walking alongside you through the journey. Unwavering support also means accepting you as you are, flaws and all, while encouraging your growth. It's not about being critical or demanding perfection. It's about creating a safe space where you feel valued and empowered. It's having someone who believes in you, sometimes more than you believe in yourself, and who reminds you of your worth when you doubt it. This support doesn't diminish in the face of your mistakes or weaknesses. Instead, it reinforces the bond, showing that love is not contingent on circumstances or conditions. In moments of difficulty, unwavering support shines the brightest. It's easy to be supportive when everything is going well, but true commitment is tested during hardship. When life throws challenges your way, unwavering support means he stays by your side, offering strength and stability even when it's not easy. It's not about taking over or controlling the situation, but being a reliable partner who helps you navigate the storm. Whether it's emotional, practical, or simply being present, this type of support ensures you never feel alone in your struggles. Unwavering support requires patience, understanding, and a deep sense of empathy. It means prioritizing your needs without neglecting his own and finding a balance that allows both of you to grow together. It's not about dependency, but partnership, being each other's anchor while encouraging independence and individuality. This level of support reflects a love that is selfless, enduring, and deeply rooted in respect and care. It's the kind of support that builds trust, fosters security, and strengthens the connection between two people over time. Accountability partner. And an accountability partner in a relationship is someone who not only supports and loves you, but also challenges you to grow and become the best version of yourself. When a man loves you, he steps into this role naturally, not as a critic, but as someone who genuinely wants to see you thrive. He holds you to your own standards, reminding you of your goals and values, even when you feel like straying from them. This role is rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and a shared commitment to progress. Being an accountability partner means he doesn't just tell you what you want to hear, he tells you what you need to hear. He's willing to have difficult conversations when necessary, pointing out when you're selling yourself short or avoiding responsibility. This doesn't come from a place of judgment or superiority, but from a desire to see you reach your potential. His honesty is balanced with compassion, ensuring that his words motivate rather than tear you down. He also leads by example, demonstrating the same discipline and effort he expects from you. He doesn't demand things from you that he isn't willing to do himself. His actions inspire you to stay on track because you see his commitment, not just to the relationship, but to his own growth. This creates a dynamic where both partners push each other to rise above challenges and strive for excellence in their individual lives and as a couple. When you face obstacles or setbacks, he's there to remind you of your strength and capabilities, but he doesn't enable excuses. He encourages you to take responsibility for your choices and learn from your experiences, fostering resilience and self-improvement. He's not afraid to call you out when you're veering off course, but he does so with kindness and the intention to help, not to belittle or criticize. This partnership works both ways. He expects the same level of accountability from you, trusting that you will support his growth in the same manner. It's a relationship built on mutual encouragement, where both of you can be vulnerable about your struggles while knowing that the other person will challenge you to overcome them. Together, you create an environment where growth is not just a goal, but a shared journey, and accountability becomes a foundation for trust and respect. Resilience in challenges. Resilience in challenges means the ability to remain steadfast and committed when life becomes difficult. When a man truly loves you, his resilience in the face of challenges becomes evident through his actions, attitude, and willingness to navigate tough times with you. It's about being a source of strength, not only for himself, but also for the relationship. He doesn't shy away from adversity or let the weight of problems push him to withdraw. Instead, he doubles down on his commitment, showing that he's in it for the long haul. This resilience is reflected in his ability to face problems head-on, whether they are external challenges or conflicts within the relationship. He doesn't avoid difficult conversations, and he doesn't let disagreements linger unresolved. Instead, he works through them with patience and understanding, showing that he values the relationship enough to address its flaws and work toward solutions. His love isn't fragile, it doesn't break under pressure, but adapts and grows stronger. Resilience also means staying calm and grounded during moments of uncertainty or crisis. When things feel overwhelming, he doesn't crumble or make impulsive decisions that could damage the relationship. Instead, he focuses on what can be done to overcome the situation, demonstrating a level of emotional maturity that provides stability. This doesn't mean he has all the answers, but he is willing to face the unknown with courage and determination, proving that love is not about avoiding difficulties, but enduring them together. His resilience shows in his willingness to support you when you're going through your own struggles. He doesn't back away when things get hard for you or when your challenges test the dynamics of the relationship. Instead, he becomes an anchor, helping you navigate through the storm and reminding you that you don't have to face it alone. This type of resilience is selfless, prioritizing the well-being of the relationship over personal comfort or convenience. Resilience in challenges also involves adapting to change and growing from adversity. He sees challenges as opportunities to strengthen the bond rather than threats to the relationship. Whether it's financial struggles, health issues, or emotional hardships, he approaches them with the mindset that these difficulties are temporary and that overcoming them will lead to a deeper connection. He doesn't just endure the challenges, he learns from them and uses those lessons to build a stronger foundation for the future. This ability to persist and adapt reflects the depth of his commitment and the strength of his love. Emotional vulnerability. Emotional vulnerability means allowing someone to see and connect with the most authentic, unguarded parts of who you are. When a man truly loves you, he willingly embraces this openness, even if it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. He shares his feelings, fears, insecurities, and dreams with you because he trusts you with those deeper layers of himself. It's not about being weak or overly dependent, but about having the courage to let you in and show the sides of himself he might normally keep hidden from the world. This vulnerability is a sign of genuine love because it requires effort and risk. It's not always easy for him to express emotions or admit when he's struggling, but he makes the choice to do so because he values the connection you share. He understands that for the relationship to thrive, it needs honesty and openness. And he's willing to set aside his ego or fears of judgment to foster that bond. He shows you his true self, even when it's not polished or perfect, trusting that you will accept and support him as he is. When he's emotionally vulnerable, he also creates a space for you to be vulnerable in return. His openness encourages you to feel safe sharing your own emotions and experiences without fear of rejection or criticism. He listens without defensiveness and responds with empathy, showing that he values your feelings and understands the importance of emotional connection. This mutual vulnerability deepens the trust between you, strengthening the relationship in ways that superficial conversations or guarded interactions never could. Emotional vulnerability doesn't mean he has no boundaries or that he's overwhelmed by his emotions. It means he's self-aware enough to recognize when he needs help, comfort, or simply someone to talk to, and he's willing to lean on you for support. It also means he's honest about his intentions, his mistakes, and his personal growth. He doesn't hide behind a mask or pretend to be someone he's not. Instead, he shows up authentically, embracing the complexities of who he is and inviting you to do the same. This willingness to be vulnerable is a reflection of his strength and commitment to the relationship. It shows that he's invested in creating something real and lasting, even if it means facing discomfort or admitting his own imperfections. He understands that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a bridge to deeper intimacy and connection, and he values the depth it brings to your relationship. Through emotional vulnerability, he demonstrates not just love, but the kind of trust, respect, and honesty that form the foundation of a meaningful partnership. Prioritization of you. Prioritization of you means that a man who loves you ensures that your well-being, happiness, and presence in his life hold significant importance. It doesn't mean he neglects his own needs or responsibilities, but he consciously makes choices that reflect how much you mean to him. When he prioritizes you, his actions demonstrate that you're not just a part of his life, but a meaningful and valued part. This is evident in the time and effort he invests in the relationship, even amidst the demands of daily life. He ensures that you feel seen, heard, and appreciated. This involves taking your feelings, needs, and opinions into account when making decisions. He considers how his actions might affect you, showing that your happiness and comfort are a central concern to him. Whether it's making space in his schedule for you, showing up when you need him, or including you in his future plans, his commitment to prioritizing you is clear in both big and small ways. When you're a priority, he's present, both physically and emotionally. He doesn't let distractions or external pressures overshadow the time he spends with you. He listens intently when you speak, gives you his full attention, and makes an effort to understand your perspective. This presence reinforces that you are not an afterthought or an obligation, but someone he genuinely values and cherishes. His prioritization is also reflected in his consistency. He doesn't treat you as an option that's easily set aside when something more convenient comes along. Instead, he ensures that you know you're an integral part of his life. This consistency builds trust and security, showing that his love isn't fleeting or conditional. He honors his commitments to you and follows through on his promises, demonstrating reliability and care. When challenges arise, his prioritization of you becomes even more evident. He doesn't shy away from supporting you or standing by you, even if it requires sacrifice or effort on his part. He willingly makes adjustments to accommodate your needs and ensures that you feel supported and valued, regardless of the circumstances. His love is not about convenience, it's about showing up, even when it requires compromise or hard work. He also makes it clear that you're a significant part of his future. Whether through conversations about long-term plans or actions that align with building a life together, he shows that he sees you as a partner in his journey. His prioritization is not just about the present, but about creating a foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. Through his choices and actions, he communicates that your happiness and presence in his life are not just important, but essential. Sacrifice without expectation. Sacrifice without expectation means that when a man truly loves you, he is willing to give up something of value, be it time, comfort, or personal desire solely for your benefit, without anticipating anything in return. His sacrifices are not transactional or conditional, they stem from a genuine place of care and selflessness. This type of sacrifice reflects a deep emotional investment, where your happiness and well-being matter as much to him as his own. When he makes sacrifices for you, it's not because he feels obligated or wants to gain favor. He does it because he wants to contribute to your life and support you in meaningful ways. These sacrifices can take many forms, from altering his schedule to spend quality time with you, to putting his own needs on hold to ensure you're supported during a difficult time. He does so willingly without keeping score or expecting acknowledgement, because his love is about giving, not taking. This selflessness is rooted in respect and understanding. He recognizes your value and wants to create a space where you feel secure and cared for. Sacrifice without expectation doesn't mean he disregards his own needs or becomes overly self-sacrificing. It means that he's willing to make compromises when it truly matters, ensuring that you feel prioritized and cherished. He finds joy in seeing you happy and fulfilled, knowing that his actions contribute to the strength of the relationship. His sacrifices are thoughtful and intentional, showing that he pays attention to what matters most to you. They aren't grand gestures made for appearances or praise. They're often subtle but deeply meaningful acts that reflect his commitment. He adjusts his plans, shifts his priorities, or steps out of his comfort zone, not because it's easy, but because he values you enough to do so. These sacrifices are often silent but powerful affirmations of his love. This willingness to sacrifice also means he's able to put aside his ego when necessary. He doesn't let pride or stubbornness interfere with doing what's best for you or the relationship. Whether it's apologizing when he's wrong, compromising on a disagreement, or simply choosing to listen and understand, he's willing to take that step for the greater good. His sacrifices are not a means to manipulate or control, but a way of showing that he values the relationship above his own convenience. Sacrifice without expectation is a clear indicator of love because it reflects a selfless desire to contribute to your life. It demonstrates that he's invested not in what he can gain, but in what he can give. Through these actions, he proves that his love is authentic, enduring, and grounded in the belief that your happiness and well-being are worth every effort. Respect as a foundation. Respect as a foundation means that a man who truly loves you values your individuality, your boundaries, and your worth. It is the core of how he interacts with you, shaping his actions, words, and attitudes in the relationship. Respect is not something he selectively shows. It is consistent, underpinning every aspect of your connection. It ensures that you feel valued, safe, and understood without ever questioning your importance in his life. He listens to your thoughts, opinions, and feelings with genuine interest, even when they differ from his own. He doesn't dismiss or belittle your perspective, but engages with it thoughtfully, showing that he values your voice. Respect means acknowledging that your needs and aspirations are as valid as his, and he works to create a balance that honors both. He doesn't impose his beliefs or expectations on you, but supports your individuality and autonomy. Respect is also reflected in the way he handles disagreements. Instead of resorting to insults, manipulation, or blame, he approaches conflicts with maturity and a willingness to find common ground. He communicates openly and constructively, ensuring that even in heated moments, your dignity remains intact. He never uses your vulnerabilities against you, and he refrains from actions or words that could cause harm or humiliation. Respect ensures that even when emotions run high, the relationship remains a space of safety and mutual care. He honors your boundaries, both emotional and physical, without question or hesitation. He doesn't pressure or guilt you into situations that make you uncomfortable, but instead works to understand and respect your limits. His love is not about control or dominance, but about partnership, where both individuals feel empowered to express their needs and make decisions without fear of judgment. Respect also extends to how he speaks about you when you're not present. He upholds your character and values in all situations, never engaging in behavior or conversations that would demean or undermine you. His respect for you is evident, not just in private moments, but in the way he carries himself in public, ensuring that his actions always reflect the care and regard he has for you. Respect as a foundation ensures that the relationship is built on equality and mutual appreciation. It creates an environment where love can thrive without fear, insecurity, or imbalance. Through his consistent demonstration of respect, he shows that he doesn't just love you, but holds you in the highest regard, valuing every aspect of who you are. Growth together. Growth together means that as a couple, you both evolve and progress as individuals and as partners. When a man truly loves you, he recognizes that a relationship is not just about maintaining the status quo, but about continuously nurturing both personal and shared development. He understands that for love to remain strong and sustainable, both partners must grow, adapt, and change over time, and he's committed to that process, both for himself and for the relationship. In this dynamic, growth is mutual and reciprocal. He encourages you to pursue your goals, passions, and aspirations, just as he actively works on his own. He sees your personal growth as an important part of the relationship's health and success. Whether it's supporting you in career decisions, personal development, or emotional healing, he actively participates in helping you become the best version of yourself. Likewise, he allows himself to be vulnerable enough to grow through his own challenges, inviting you to support him as he becomes a better man. Growth together also means adapting to life's changes as a team. Life is full of unexpected twists, new challenges, changing circumstances, and evolving priorities. Instead of allowing these obstacles to drive a wedge between you, he views them as opportunities to grow together. He's open to adjusting his mindset, making compromises, and collaborating with you to navigate the ups and downs. This mutual adaptability ensures that you both face challenges with resilience and share a purpose, deepening your bond. As both of you grow, so does the relationship itself. You're not simply staying in the same place, but are evolving together in ways that reflect your collective journey. Your bond strengthens as you overcome hurdles, celebrate accomplishments, and learn from mistakes. Growth together means that the connection you share deepens with time as you both bring new experiences, perspectives, and wisdom to the relationship. It's not just about surviving through life together, but about thriving, improving, and expanding as a couple. This process also involves emotional growth, where both partners learn to communicate better, resolve conflicts with understanding, and become more emotionally intelligent. He doesn't expect perfection from either of you, but rather encourages learning and growing through the inevitable missteps. You both work on building a healthier, stronger foundation for the future by continuously improving how you support, understand, and care for one another. Growth together ensures that neither person feels stagnant or trapped. Instead, both partners feel empowered to pursue their own paths while also supporting each other's dreams and aspirations. There is no sense of competition or jealousy, but a shared sense of fulfillment as each of you succeeds, knowing that your growth strengthens the relationship. It's about evolving in ways that complement each other, making the relationship a dynamic, living entity that changes, adapts, and flourishes over time. Persistence without ego. Persistence without ego means having the determination to keep pushing forward, regardless of challenges, without letting pride or self-centeredness influence your actions. When a man loves you in this way, he focuses on the long-term vision of the relationship rather than seeking immediate recognition or validation for his efforts. His persistence comes from a deep commitment to you and to the relationship itself, not from needing to prove himself or be seen as superior. He doesn't let setbacks or difficulties discourage him. Instead, he faces them with resolve, understanding that love requires sustained effort and that the value of his actions lies in their impact, not in the applause they might generate. This form of persistence is humble in nature. He doesn't seek praise for every sacrifice or effort he makes, but acts because he believes it's the right thing to do for the relationship. When challenges arise, he doesn't retreat or get defensive. Instead, he works through them with a mindset that is solution-oriented rather than ego-driven. He doesn't let his pride cloud his judgment or prevent him from making necessary adjustments. But whether it's admitting his mistakes, compromising on a disagreement, or learning from past failures, he is willing to set aside his ego for the greater good of the partnership. Persistence without ego means that he doesn't hold on to past grievances or let a need for control interfere with progress. He is not concerned with being right or winning an argument. Instead, he focuses on understanding your perspective and finding common ground, even if it requires him to soften his stance or change his approach. His ability to persist without ego shows a deep emotional maturity and a commitment to growth, not just individually, but as a couple. He also demonstrates patience with both the relationship and with you. If things aren't moving as quickly as he hoped, or if problems arise that seem insurmountable, he doesn't let frustration or his own sense of entitlement take over. He is willing to invest the time and energy necessary to move through difficulties, trusting that persistence will eventually lead to resolution, all without seeking immediate credit or acknowledgement. His persistence is also driven by a genuine desire for the relationship to succeed, not by personal validation. He doesn't stay committed to you out of obligation or to prove something to others. He invests in the relationship because he believes in its potential and wants to nurture it, regardless of how long it takes or how hard it gets. This persistence without ego reflects a love that is deep, steady, and focused on long-term fulfillment, not immediate gratification or external validation. It's a quiet strength that seeks progress, understanding, resolution over pride or dominance. In conclusion, when a man loves you, it's not just about the grand gestures or fleeting moments of affection. It's about the consistent actions, the quiet sacrifices, and the unwavering support he gives you every day. Love is built on respect, trust, and a shared commitment to grow together, weather challenges, and face the world with resilience. True love goes beyond words. It's about actions, persistence, and understanding that love, when nurtured, strengthens both partners and the relationship as a whole. A man who loves you will prioritize you, challenge you, and stand by you, not for validation, but because he genuinely values the bond you share. Thank you for allowing me to share these thoughts with you. May you always be surrounded by love that is true, selfless, and enduring. Good luck on your journey, and remember that real love is built on the foundation of respect, sacrifice, and mutual growth. Keep striving, keep loving, and never settle for anything less than the kind of love that inspires you to be the best version of yourself.